Hello everyone, welcome back to English Gurukul. So my friend, today we are going to learn about some important grammatical parts. So let's get started. So my friend, last day I had discussed about what already you have understood the concept of prefix, suffix, subject and predicate. Today I gonna discuss very important lesson for all of us, and especially those who have been preparing for the competitive exams and those who are studying right now, studying from class 6 to 12. And whenever you get to understand all the lessons properly, then you can write English, you can speak English very easily. Your English become really you will become outspoken. Your personality will become really charismatic. So that is the reason these lessons are very playing crucial role for all of us. So let's get started. Let's begin. So my friend, today what I want to say all of you, please write it down along with me, is called object. Last day I have discussed about what? Subject. Already I think all of you understood the concept of subject. Today I gonna discuss about the object. What does it mean? What does object means? Now I have to write an example over here, and by writing this example I can make you understand about what would be the object of the sentence and how can you define object in a sentence. So write along with me, my friend. Ram plays cricket. Now the question is that how can you define object in a sentence? Now my friend, if I ask you a question, what is object of a sentence? So how can you define it? Object means, my friend, object is the word. First of all, if anyone asks you anything about part of speech, first of all you have to say that what is noun? Noun is a word. What is pronoun? Pronoun is a word. What is an adjective? Adjective is a word. So like this way, what is object? Object is a word, and it takes or it receives the action of main verb. It receives the action of main verb. Here place is the main verb. Yes or no? Place. Very good. Place here is main verb, and Ram is subject. Last day I already told you how can you define subject in a sentence by using the question word what and whom, what and who. You can easily define subject in a sentence. Now today we have to study about how can you define object in a sentence. So before deep down into this matter, first of all you have to understand what is object of a sentence. Object is a word which receives the action of a main verb. So here main verb is place. Here main verb is place, and subject is doing the action. Yes or no? Subject does the action. What does subject do here? The subject is Ram. Ram plays. Ram plays. Ram plays. That means the action which has been done by the subject right now is Ram plays. Now the question is that this action has a receiver. This action has also a receiver. That means the main verb, it is known as the main verb, and the main verb has a receiver. That means the receiver is known or called as the object of a sentence. So it will be the object of a sentence. So what does it means? That means object is a word which receives the action of main verb. That means the subject is doing the action. Yes or no? The subject is doing the action. The subject Ram plays what? Ram plays what? Now another form is that how can you define object in a sentence? That is very important question. By using WH word, what and whom, you can find out object of a sentence. Now you have to ask a question. Ram plays what? Ram plays what? What you get? Ram plays cricket. So cricket will be the object of this sentence. Ram plays what? Ram plays what? So what did you get the answer? Yes, cricket. So cricket will be the object of a sentence. So did you understand? First of all, I have defined what is object. Object is a word which receives the action of a main verb. And how can you find out object in a sentence? Using WH question word. And these question words are what and whom. Now you ask, Ram plays what? Yes, we answered. We got the answer. Ram plays cricket. So cricket will be the object of this sentence. If I take an example over here, another example, Ram suppose teaches me. If I want to ask you that where is the object in this sentence, how can you define? You can see Ram teaches whom. So this me is the receiver, the action of the main verb. Ram teaches whom. You ask Ram teaches whom. You got the answer of whom. And if you get the answer of what and whom, it must be the object of this sentence. That means me will be the object of this sentence. Whenever you get the answer of what and whom, then always you always remember that would be the object of this sentence, especially after the main verb. You see where is the main verb of this sentence? Teaches is the main verb, and we got the answer. Ram teaches whom? Yes, that means this me is pronoun, objective case. Whenever we are going to study about the pronoun lesson, then I have to tell you that that is me is the objective case of I. Yes or no? I is the subjective case and me is the objective case, and we have to study in pronoun. Now the question is that this teaches, it is main verb and it has an object me. That means this me, yes, this me is the receiver of the action of this main verb. That is known as the object of a sentence. I think all of you understood the concept. Second thing, my friend, if you understand this concept, so always you should keep this in your mind that object is a word which receives the action of a main verb. And how can you find out the object of a sentence? By using the question word what and whom, you can easily, definitely find out the object of a sentence. Next thing I'm gonna discuss, my friend, with all of you is that what is called complement. What is called complement? Write down complement. Write down complement. All of you should write it down in your copy. Complement. What does it mean? Complement means, my friend, complement, first of all I have to divide it into two parts. First of all, there has to be noun complement, or I can say complement of a subject. Write down this way, complement of a subject. That means which is no subject complement. Another one is object complement. Complement of a object. Okay, complement has been bifurcated, has been divided into two parts. First one is called complement of a subject, another one is complement of an object. That means one is known as subject complement, another one is object complement. Okay, now what is complement? We need to understand about this fact, and unless and until you have any idea about the complement, so always you will have a lot of difficulties to understand about the English language. So that is very important, my friend. So now let me write an example over here, that what is complement? Complement always tells us about the state of the subject. Always tells us about the state of the subject. What does it mean? First of all, I have to write a sentence. Ram is a teacher. And second sentence you write Ram is brave. Okay, I have written two sentences, and using both of these sentences you can understand the subject complement. I have written both of this example to make you understand about the subject complement. Later on I will make you understand about the object complement. First of all, we need to understand about the subject complement. Subject complement always tells us always about the subject. That means the complement always gives us extra information, additional information about the subject. That's very important. Now here we have understood that Ram is subject, yes or no, and also noun, and here complement is teacher, a teacher. Teacher is a complement, yes or no, teacher is a complement. So this a teacher, Ram is a singular noun, Ram is singular over here. So because the subject is singular, so we have used what, a before teachers. If I write they, if I take the subject they, so they always takes the verb are, they are teachers. We should not use a over here because subject is they. That means the plural subject is plural, yes or no. If it is more than one person, we have to consider it as a plural subject. If there is only one person, yes, we have to consider it singular subject. So Ram is a singular person over there, so we can consider it as a singular subject. So that is the reason we have used what, a. So a teacher is a extra information. A teacher, the extra information has been given, yes or no, for this subject. Ram is a teacher. Ram is a teacher. Who is Ram? If I ask you, who is Ram? Ram is a teacher. So whenever you get this is known as the complement of a subject, not the object of a object. A teacher should not be the object of a sentence. It is not the object. It is known as the complement of a subject. Here we get to understand who is Ram. That means we want to know about Ram, yes or no. And in order to get the information about Ram, we have to ask who is Ram. So we get the information that Ram is a teacher. So this teacher, a teacher, is the complement of subject Ram, because here we understood about who is Ram. Got my point? And also this complement, this statement itself says about the state of being. State of being means we get to understand what is the profession, what is the profession of the subject here, over here, yes or no. Yes, what is the profession of the subject? Subject is a teacher. Second one is, see that Ram is brave. What is written? Ram is brave. Now here also we get to understand what is the this brave is a compliment. This brave is a compliment about Ram. This brave is also a compliment about Ram, because this brave has given us additional information about Ram. Who is Ram? Sorry, how is Ram? Ram is brave. Ram is brave. But here it is very interesting fact, the subject complement can be noun or adjective. Subject complement can be divided into two types. Either it will be noun or adjective. Here brave is adjective. Are you getting my point? And it is called the subject complement because who is brave? Yes, Ram is brave. Who is brave? Ram is brave. That means what is the statement of Ram? State of Ram. Yeah, that means Ram is brave. And second, Ram is a teacher. Here you can see that a teacher is a noun. Teacher is a noun, yes or no? But brave is adjective over here. And both of these sentences refers the subject complement. Both of these sentences, here brave is adjective. It talks about the state of the subject. Brave is adjective. Here brave talk about the state of the subject. How is Ram? Ram is brave. And here also, who is Ram? Ram is a teacher. Here no action has been performed by the subject. Does any action performed by the subject over here? No, my friend. A subject does not perform any action over here. That is the reason I am telling it is main verb, but is also called here a stative verb, because it simply states about the subject, who is subject and how is subject, what is the state of the subject. So we understood about the subject complement. So always you remember, complement always talks about the subject. If it is a subject complement, yes, very good. And one point always you should remember, that complement should come after linking verb. What? Linking verb. And what is linking verb? And if I want to make it easy, so try to understand, the main verb has been divided into three parts. One is called transitive verb, second one is called intransitive verb, and third one is called linking verb. Yes or no? And after linking verb we need to use complement, and complement either be noun or adjective. So we have to call it main verb. But if we want to go deep down into this topic or want to know more about this verb, so you can see we have to call is as main verb. What is the role of this is? It acts as main verb of the sentence. But if you want to know more, so we can call it also linking verb. What? We can also call it main verb, also linking verb. Why we have to call it linking verb? Because we have understood that after linking verb there should be complement. So I have written Ram is a teacher, so a teacher is complement of subject. Here Ram is brave, it is also called linking verb, and this brave is adjective, it is also talk about the subject. That is the because of this reason it is known as the complement of a subject or subject complement. And second examples I have written what? Object complement. So all of you should write it down in your copy. What is object complement? Object complement, suppose if I write I elect him or we elect him president. Second sentence you can write I saw him running. Okay my friend, let me check whether my writing is visible or not properly. Okay. So now what the sentence is written over here, we elect him president, I saw him running. Now you can see who is the subject, elect is the main verb, yes or no, and him is the object here. Now what is the part of speech of this word? If I want to ask you, can you tell me, or could you tell me what would be the part of speech of this word? Always you might have a lot of problem to understand what would be the part of speech of this word. But first of all you have to understand, here object is given, no? We elect him. Now we elect him, we elect whom? If you don't understand, so ask WH, using WH question word, you can ask this verb using question word whom. We elect whom? Answer we got him. For what? As a president. So we elect him president. This president is called the object complement. Why? It is called the complement. It is called the complement of an object, not a subject. Not a subject. We elect him president. This is the complement of this object him. And if I want to talk about what is the part of speech of this word, noun. Because why it is called noun? Already I told you, object complement also be noun or adjective. Already I made you understand the subject complement, and subject complement might be either noun or adjective. Similarly, Object complement also either noun or adjective. Now how can you define whether president, how can you define it that whether president, which is written over there, playing as a role of complement or not? How can you define it? That would be my question to all of you. See that here president does not describe about the object. Yes or no? It does not describe about the object. It is not a describing word. It is identifying the role of this object. That means it names, or we can say rename the object. Like we elect him, you see, as president. That the president, we identify him as president. Got my point? We identify him as president. We identify him as president. That means he was very normal person once upon a time, very simple person. He did not do anything else. He was very normal person. But we elect him as president. That means now his identity has been changed. Previously he was very normal guy, but right now he became the president. That means we have changed the identity of this object. That is the reason it is known as the noun of this object, and it is known as object complement. See another example I have written over here. I is subject over here, and saw is main verb. I saw him. Him is also an object, and this him has been defined by running, and this running is, you see, it is known as present participle. Present participle. And present participle plays as adjective, adjective role in a sentence. You know, all of you know that I saw him running. So this running is a describing word. It describes about the object. It describes about the object. I saw him running. So running describes about the object of the sentence over here, and it is known as the present participle, because whenever you see the ing form of a verb, it is known also verbal noun. Suppose swim. If I write swim, if I add ing, it becomes swimming. No, swimming. The swimming can be also gerund, also can be present participle. Present participle. Now it can be also gerund. If I write a sentence, running is very important for our health, here running we have used as a subject. And if running used as a subject, that means, and that means it, and you know that running we have used, running is very important for our health, and running we have used as a subject over here. So as a subject we only use either noun or pronoun. Yes or no? Only noun and pronoun can be used as subject and object. So that is very important reason. But present participle cannot be used as a subject and object. But present participle can be used differently. Present participle can be used as adjective of a sentence. Yes or no? Present participle can be defined adjective only. Present participle, past participle can be defined, and also another one is perfect participle, also defined as adjective of a sentence. Now I saw him running over here. Running is a describing word which describes about the object, and running is present participle here because it describes the object, and present participle plays the role of adjective of a sentence. So I think all of you got my point, and already I made you understand what is known as subject complement and what is known as object complement. Previously, last day I discussed about a lot of very brilliant ideas have been given to all of you. Is what is subject, what is predicate, what is prefix, what is suffixes, all those things already made you understand. last class, yes or no? And today I made you understand about what is known as object and how can you define object and what is the way to find out object in a sentence using WH question word. And today also we have understood about the complement. What is complement? Complement already I made you understand about that. Complement has been divided two types, subject complement, object complement. And what would be the definition of subject complement? If complement comes only for subject, it is known as subject complement. If complement comes for object, it is known as object complement. And that means all the concept of complement, I think all of you understood, because that's very important, my friend. And if you don't understand the concept very well, if you study a lot of books, that cannot give you any benefit. So in order to get a lot of benefit, you need to understand, go through all this concept. And unless you understand all those concepts, that means you are not prepared for any sort of competitive examinations. Even though if you want to write English, if you are not preparing for competitive exams but you want to learn English, so unless you have any idea regarding this matter, so that means you will become always average. So that is the reason you have to have these ideas. So my friend, for today's, that's for today. And if I hope that all of you understood all the points which I had discussed. And if you have any doubt, so ask me freely. I personally reply to all your comments. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel English Gurukul, and let's learn. And we have to learn more and more in my next class. So see you soon. Stay focused and stay motivated. Thank you. Have a good day. Wish you all the best. Bye bye. Tata. Jai Hind. Jai Bharat.